Hi guys, this is Alexis Diori again, and take a quiz with me. Today's quiz is on mistysansom.com, and this is, what is your gift to the world? My first question is, how easily do you get excited about things? And I would have to say, not that easily. It's really hard to impress me. But the three questions are not that easily. It's got to be impressive, pretty easy, and I'm always stoked about things. So I'm gonna pick the first one. And then the next question is, how do you feel about meeting new people? And the answers are, I love meeting new people. Sometimes like to meet new people if I'm in the right mood, and meeting new people always puts me out of my comfort zone. And I would have to personally have to say I'm gonna pick the second one. Um, I'm Sometimes I get really edgy about meeting new people. People will be like, "Oh, you should meet this person. You really like them." And I'm like, I don't know." Or sometimes before even meeting someone, I might not like how I feel about them. I might be like, this person doesn't, I don't get a really good feeling from the idea of meeting this person. And I'd have to say 90% of the time I'm correct. And the other 10% usually I've heard things and I've already made my own opinion instead of just giving them a chance. So I'm going to pick number two. And what's the easiest way to convince someone of your viewpoint? And there are two answers, and present all facts to help them understand and appeal to their emotions and make it relevant to them. Um, I usually go with facts first. But sometimes when you're explaining something, you kind of have to explain, like, put them in the shoes depending on the topic. But I'm going to pick present all facts to help them understand, because I feel like once you go personal, you can't really go back. So I'm going to pick that one. So you tend to be a logical person or emotional person, and I would have to say much more logical. So I'm going to pick the first one. And then the next question is, which is a higher value, justice or mercy? And that's really hard. It's a really hard one. Like, on one hand, justice is very, very important, but I feel like mercy is the harder of the two to give, and sometimes people deserve it. But I'm gonna have to go with justice, to be honest, just because I feel like sometimes it's easier just to give someone mercy. I don't know, it's really confusing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I think it depends on who you are as a person, to be honest. So I'm gonna say justice. Justice has always been a very important thing to me. Um, so the next one is, when staying in line, how do you interact with others around you? And the first one is, I tend to keep to myself around strangers. And then the second one is, I generally strike up conversation with people around me. And I like to keep to myself. I have this really, not like a weird habit, it kind of makes sense, but I have this habit of, when talking to people, I don't know, I have a habit of freaking them out, because I'll talk to them like I've known them their entire life, and a lot of people get really weirded out by it. And it's kind of like made me shut in a little bit and not really want to go meet people or talk to new people. Which person at a party are you? The life of the party? I usually find a friend or two to talk with them. I tend to work the room chatting with friends and strangers, or I don't go to parties. And that depends more so on my mood and how well I know the crowd. But just to be safe, I usually find a friend or two and talk to them. I like more one-on-one conversations than like talking to an entire room. Do you prefer to discuss large topics, not coming to any conclusion, or always being able to walk away with a decision? Um, I would have to say come to a conclusion. I don't really like not understanding where we move on from there or what the end goal is. I'm very, very goal oriented. So if I don't have a goal and I don't understand what we are actually trying to accomplish, it doesn't really, I feel very out of place and awkward. Do you prefer to speak in specifics or generalities? And I have a very, very bad habit of only talking in generalities, and a lot of people get like really confused when they're talking to me, and they're like, why do you, like, I didn't do anything to you. And I'm like, no, I'm just talking about like as a whole, just the topic. And so I'm gonna have to put that one. Do you look at the world, or do you look out at the world or in at yourself more often? And the two answers that you can pick from is I prefer to look inside and improve myself, or look at the world for inspiration. And I would have to say I'm definitely the first one. I prefer to look inside and improve myself. I'm a very inward person, and I have very complex feelings and views, and I'm still trying to develop as to how I want to, who I even want to be, what I even want to do. Constantly, I'm constantly trying to become a better person, so I'm going to have to pick the first one. And which is something you're better at, practicality or cleverness? And I would have to say cleverness, definitely cleverness. I'm very like on the spot. Now I have to send it to my email and then check my email. I dislike it when they make me do this. But I will be right back. Alright, so I got my results, and I got my results, and I got the deep thinker. You're driven by the pursuit of knowledge, and you have some special talents up your sleeve, and you really, that really sets you apart. You love and explore new theories, concepts, and ideals. You're able to be objective and logical, and understand the complexity of things others may not give a second thought. So now I'm going to be right back. So if you want to take this quiz with me and give me your results, I will have it linked below in my not my comment section. I will have it linked in my description box, and if you want to take it with me, just when you get your results, make sure you comment them below and we can have a conversation about what you think about your results. If you like this video and you want to take more quizzes with me, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for, again, viewing this video, and I hope you have a great day.